Um, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Hafiz Mekara Anwar, and I'm from C1.
My name is Nurul Muhammad Azizi from C1.
And for today's topic, both of us we are going to discuss about challenges among students, including mental health issues, academic pressure, and unfavorable school experience. Okay, let's begin by taking a closer look at the mental health challenges students are facing right now. The increasing prevalence of anxiety and depression among students is a pressing issue. The academic pressures they are experiencing right now often lead to a stress and emotional turmoil.
You are absolutely right. This, we should consider the root causes of this mental health disease, high expectations, competitive academic environment, and the constant use of technology, which can lead to feelings of isolation, are all contributing factors. This issue needs to be addressed to create a healthy learning atmosphere.
Exactly, Nurin. Beyond the academic pressures, there are also social and personal challenges that students need to confront. The impact of social media and peer relationships on their well-being is significant. But Nurin, how can we support students in navigating these challenges?
In my opinion, I think it's a complex issue. We need to foster emotional intelligence, resilience, and social skills among students to help them handle these challenges effectively. Education should extend beyond academics to equip students with the tools they need for a balanced life.
Exactly, Nurin. Additional to that, as you mentioned earlier, we cannot ignore the unfavorable experiences for some students are facing in school right now. Example like bullying, discrimination, and a lack of support can leave a lasting scars. But how can we create a more inclusive and supportive environment?
It's crucial to implement anti-bullying and anti-discrimination programs in school aside from promoting the culture of empathy and respect. Teachers and staff should be trained to recognize and address these issues promptly. Creating a safe and welcoming environment is essential.
Exactly, our discussion today should also explore the role of parents, educators, and policymakers in addressing these challenges. Collaborative efforts are necessary to make a real impact.
Parents should be educated on how to support their children and educators must be well equipped to identify and assist students need. Policymakers can shape the educational system to be more student-centric.
Exactly. Our goal is to find an actionable solution and strategies. It is essential that we continue this conversation and work towards a comprehensive approach to support the mental health and well-being of our students.
I agree with you. Deeper into the issues and find constraint ways to comply different. Our students deserve nothing less.
Exactly. Let's start by delving deeper into the mental health issues affecting students. The statistics are alarming, with a significant increase in anxiety, depression, and stress among young people.
You are absolutely right, Hafiz. The rise in mental health challenges among students is a matter of great concern. To address this, we need to examine the various factors that contribute to these issues. One of the most prominent factors is the academic pressures students face. The pressure to perform well in exams, get good grades, and secure a promotion, which can make
Exactly, Nurin. On top of that, academic stress is indeed a major contributor to students' mental health problems. It is a vicious cycle where students feel overwhelmed by the pressure to excel, which in turn negatively can affect their minds and also their mental well being. But how can we alleviate this burden on students?
It's a complex issue, and there's no one size fit all solution. However, we can consider a few approaches. Firstly, we should encourage a more balanced approach to education that values not only academic achievements but also personal growth and well-being. Educators can play a crucial role by promoting a growth mindset that focuses on learning and development rather than just grades.
You are absolutely correct. You are absolutely right, Nurin. Well, a more holistic approach to student to education is necessary. In addition to academic pressures, students are also grappling with the influence of technology and social media, which can exacerbate their mental health challenges. But how can we help students by navigating the digital landscape while protecting their well being?
Technology and social media are powerful tools, but they come with their own set of challenges. It's essential to teach students about responsible and healthy technology use. This can include educating them about the potential pitfalls of excessive screen time, cyberbullying, and the importance of taking breaks from digital device to maintain a healthy balance.
Exactly, alongside parents, educators, and students themselves, policymakers also have a role to play in addressing these issues. How can they contribute to improving students' mental health?
Policymakers play a significant role in shaping the educational environment in developing resources to enhance access to mental health service in school. This means having trained counselors and psychologists available to provide support when students need it. Additionally, they can implement policies that promote student well-being, such as reducing the emphasis on high stakes testing and promoting more holistic education goals.
You mentioned the importance of educators in creating a nurturing classroom environment, but how can they actively contribute to students' mental health?
Educators are on the front lines when it comes to students' well-being. They can create a supportive and inclusive classroom atmosphere by fostering positive relationships, encouraging open communication, and being in recognizing signs of distress in their students. Training for teachers in mental health awareness can also be benefit to identify and address issues promptly.
Parents, as the first line of support, are vital in helping students to cope with the mental health challenges. But what can they do to assist their children in maintaining a good mental health? Nurin?
In my opinion, I think parents play a crucial role in providing emotional support to their children. They can maintain open lines of communication, creating a safe space for their children to express their feelings and concerns. Additionally, they should educate themselves about the signs of mental health issues and be ready to seek professional help when necessary.
Exactly, Nurin. To sum it up, addressing the mental health challenges students are facing right now requires a multifaceted approach. Parents, educators, and policymakers are all have their unique roles in creating a more supportive and nurturing environment for our students. Don't you think?
Yes, I agree with you. By working together and implementing this strategy, we can make significant progress in supporting the mental
Let's move on to our next topic about academic pressure. It is undeniable that students today face immense stress from rigorous curriculum, standardized testing, and also the competition to excel academically.
You are right, okay? The academic pressure on students is a significant contributor to their stress and mental health challenge. It's crucial for us to address this issue and consider how the education system can be adapted to reduce this burden on students.
Indeed, Nurin, the pressure to perform well academically is a pervasive issue, and it's not limited to a particular age group or educational level. From standardized tests to constant evaluations, students often feel like their worth is solely tied to their academic achievements. But how can we alleviate this stress?
One aspect to consider is the role of high stakes testing. These exams, which often determine students' future, can be a major source of stress. We need to question whether these high stakes assessments are the best way to evaluate a student's knowledge and progress. Are there more effective and less stressful alternatives?
That's an important point.
To shift the focus, we should encourage a more project-based and practical approach to learning. Instead of relying on traditional exams, students can demonstrate their knowledge through real-world projects, presentation, and program solving exercise. This allows them to apply what they have learned in a practical context and emphasize consistent over memorization.
Couldn't agree more, Nurin. Project-based learning and practical assessments could certainly be more engaging and less stressful for students. It encourages critical thinking and creativity. However, this transition would require a significant changes in the education system. How can educators and policymakers work together to implement such changes?
I think this changes would indeed require a collaborative effort. Educators can be trained by integrating project-based learning and activative assessment into their curriculum. They can advocate for this change and share success stories to movement momentum. Policymakers can support these efforts by revising educational standards and assessment to reflect a more holistic approach to learning and success.
In addition to changing assessment methods, we must also address the broader issue of curriculum, content, and pacing. Some students may struggle because they are expected to learn at a uniform speed. But how can we adapt the curriculum to better accommodate different learning styles and paces?
I think adapting the curriculum to accommodate different learning style and pace is crucial. Different instruction where educators tailor their teaching methods to individual students' needs can be a valuable approach. It's also important to emphasize synchronized learning, allow students to progress at their own pace and explore subjects that interest them.
The idea of personalized learning is promising. It acknowledges the students have unique strengths and also weakness, and that one size fits all approach may not be the most effective. What challenges might we face in implementing personalized learning, and how can we overcome them?
Implementing personalized learning does activities and create a flexible learning environment that support this approach.
In summary, tackling academic pressure involves re-evaluating the role of high-stakes testing, shifting towards more meaningful assessments, and adapting the curriculum to accommodate different learning styles and pace. By making these changes, we can create a less stressful and more effective educational environment.
You are right. This is about prioritizing the well-being and development of students while maintaining high educational standards. By doing so, we can create a more balanced and supportive educational system.
Nurin, let's talk about unfavorable school experiences such as bullying, discrimination, or a lack of support. It is disheartening to acknowledge that these incidents can have a long-lasting effects on the students.
Indeed, this appearance can be incredibly damaging. It's better for us to emphasize the importance of creating a safe and inclusive school environment where every student feels valued and protected.
One critical aspect of addressing unfavorable school experiences is empowering students to report and address their issues. Many students may feel afraid or hesitant to speak up. How can we encourage them to come forward? And what can schools do to support them from doing so?
In my opinion, empowering students to report unfavorable experience starts with open communication. Schools should establish a culture where students feel safe and encouraged to share their concerns. Anonymous reporting system can provide an avenue for students to express their worries without fear of retaliation. It's also important to educate the students about the significance of report as it can lead to positive change and a safer environment for everyone.
Exactly, Nurin. School policies play a crucial role in preventing and addressing these issues. What kind of policies should schools have in place to create a safe and inclusive environment for all students?
Schools should implement comprehensive anti-bullying and anti-discrimination policies that effectively set the consequences for such behavior. These policies need to be consistently enforced, and there should be a transparent process for reporting and any school incident. Additionally, schools can foster inclusivity through programs that promote diversity and respect for all students.
Exactly. Educators are on the front lines and can make a significant impact in preventing unfavorable experiences. But how can teachers and school staff be better prepared to recognize and address these problems when they arise?
Training for educators is essential. Teachers and staff should receive regular training on recognizing signs of bullying, discrimination, or other unfavorable experience. They should be well equipped to intervene appropriately and provide support to both the victim and the perpetrator. Additionally, creating a culture of empathy and respect within the school community can also help prevent this issue from occurring in the first place.
It is clear that addressing these challenges requires a multi-pronged approach. Students, educators, and also school policies all play vital roles. But what about the involvement of parents and the broader community in creating a safe and inclusive school environment?
In my opinion, I think parents and the community can be powerful enough if
In conclusion, our discussion highlights the importance of creating a safe and inclusive school environment by empowering students to report issues, implementing clear and enforced school policies, and providing training for the educators. By working together, we can ensure that schools are places where all students can thrive and feel safe.
Yes, I totally agree with you. This is about fostering an environment where students can focus on learning and personal growth, free from the fear and awe of unfavorable experience. By taking this step, we can make a significant positive impact on the lives of our students and the school community.
You are absolutely right, Nurin. These challenges are interconnected and often exacerbate one another. Mental health issues can worsen under the weight of academic pressure, and unfavorable school experience can have a profound impact on a student's mental well-being.
Indeed, this challenge complex and interact where we get a effect of the needs of our students in multiple ways. To truly make a difference, we need to consider them as part comprehensive whole.
As we delve deeper into these challenges, it is crucial to explore potential solutions and action plans. Let's start with mental health issue. What can be done to support students who are struggling with anxiety, depression, and stress?
To support student mental health, hormone awareness and open dialogue, schools can provide mental health education and resources to help students recognize when they need assistance. Additionally, offer access to school counselors, psychologists, and mental health professionals is essential. We must normalize seeking help when needed.
Building on that, addressing academic pressure is paramount. How can we create a more balanced educational system that values not only academic achievements but also personal growth and well-being?
We can start by evaluating the emphasis on high-stake testing, shifting towards more holistic assessment and project-based learning can encourage a more balanced approach to education. Educators, parents, and policymakers need to collaborate on building a curriculum that allows students to explore their interests and grow in a less stressful environment.
When it comes to unfavorable school experiences like bullying and discrimination, it is essential to prevent and address this issue effectively. But how can schools and communities work together to create a safer and more inclusive environment?
Schools or communities must prioritize creating a culture of respect, empathy, and inclusivity. Anti-bullying and anti-discrimination programs should be implemented and consistently enforced. Community involvement is crucial. It can through awareness campaigns, support for these programs, and their efforts of unity and acceptance.
Educators play a pivotal role in shaping the school environment. How can we better prepare teachers and school staff to recognize and address this issue like bullying and discrimination when they arise?
Educators need ongoing training in recognizing and addressing these issues. I think they should be equipped with the tools to integrate, offer support to students, and promote healthy interactions among peers. Moreover, creating a school environment where open communication and respect are valued can prevent many of these issues from happening in the workplace.
Collaboration among parents, educators, and policymakers and the community is vital in addressing these challenges effectively. But how can we foster this collaboration and ensure everyone is working together towards a common goal?
Collaboration begins with open communication. Schools can host regular meetings that involve parents, teachers, and community members to discuss these issues and potential solutions. Policymakers need to engage with their community and consider their input when making decisions related to education. It's about public a shared vision for the well-being of our students.
Now that we have discussed these challenges in depth, let's turn our attention to potential solutions. What initiatives and practical steps can we take to support students' mental health?
Yes, you are totally right. It's about create an environment where our students can learn and grow into well-rounded individuals. By implementing these solutions and working together, we can make a significant and lasting impact on the lives of our students.
And absolutely, early intervention is key. It's also important to equip students with the tools to manage stress and nurture their mental well-being. What about incorporating a curriculum that includes lessons on stress management and mental well-being? Can make a difference?
Supporting students' mental health should be a top priority. One practical step is to increase access to mental health resources within schools. This means having professional counseling and emotional support readily available. Students should know that help is accessible when they need it.
That's an absolutely excellent suggestion. We should integrate mental health education into the curriculum, teaching students about stress management, emotional intelligence, and strategies for maintaining good mental health that can help them better understand and cope with their emotion. It is about providing them with essential life skills.
That is an excellent suggestion. If we support integrate mental health education into the curriculum, teaching students about stress management, emotional intelligence, and strategies for maintaining good mental health can help them better understand and cope their emotions. It's about providing them with essential life skills.
Well, let's us focus on academic pressure. It is clear that we need to rethink the way we assess and evaluate students. What strategies do you think that could alleviate this stress, and how can we redefine the assessments and evaluation process?
One strategy to eliminate academic pressure is to shift toward more protective and exploration learning. This approach can change the focus from rote memorization to practical application of knowledge. This allows students to engage with their learning in a meaningful way, fostering a deeper understanding of the subject matter. This shift can also help reduce the emphasis on high-stakes texting.
Well, I think Nurin, that's all for today. Thank you very much for your input.
That's,
I see you
that's all
soon.
for me.